Hi, podcast listeners. We are so happy to share this episode of Predicting Chaos's first D&D campaign, Reincarnation, in an audio-only format. Our cast members for this show are Tyler Lee, our Dungeon Master, Bella, aka Not Bella, playing Belle, Kate, aka Catertot, playing Leah, Sage, aka Sweet X Sage, playing Mavus, and Sebastian, aka Why Not Sebastian, playing Hex. Our recording is done by Sailor Sunday. Music is provided by Epidemic Sound and Alexander Nakarada. The show is also available on YouTube and Twitch with a video component if you're into that. And with that, we welcome you to the world of Reincarnation. Hope you enjoy.
The rift didn't just change the way we lived on the land. It changed the land itself. There was once lush green. Now you got blasted, barren wastes. Fires burn where cities once stood. I heard there used to be a kingdom here before they all moved down south. Demons and devils fight all the time. And if you're lucky enough to avoid them, well, that's a good day in my book. My grandfather told me when he was a kid, in the last days, you could get a good night's rest and a full belly. Of course, back then, they didn't call this land strife. Out there, the sun beats down harder than a preacher's sermon, turning the sand into a shimmering ocean of misery. Wind picks up and carries the smell of sulfur and death. Constant reminder of the wars that rage just beyond the horizon. Folks out there don't trust easy, if they trust at all. Every face you see has the same hard lines and the same weathered look. Round here, we can't even die right. Nowadays, you don't stay that way for long. Don't quite know why the tarnation happens. Alls I know is that it happens. And when it happens to you, just hope we don't cross paths. I'll put a magic missile right between your eyes. Welcome to the city of Affliction, kid. You're gonna love it here. This is Predicting Chaos. I'm Tyler, your Dungeon Master, and this is Reincarnation.
Woo! Oh, it's so good.
As I said before, welcome to Predicting Chaos. This is our first campaign. This campaign is called Reincarnation. With me, so I'm Tyler, I'm your Dungeon Master, and with me are our four amazing players. We're going to start off in the order that I can see in my screen. We'll start off with Kate. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Kate, or Catertot, you can call me either. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Leah, who uses she, her pronouns.
Amazing. We'll go Bella next.
Cool. Hello, I'm Bella, or Not Bella. You can also call me either. Sorry for that confusion. It's so good. I use she, they pronouns, and to add a little bit even more confusion, I'll be playing the character Belle, who uses she, her pronouns. That's me.
Perfect. Sebastian, you want to go next?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sebastian, or Why Not Sebastian. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Hex, who also uses he, him pronouns.
Perfect. Last but not least, Sage.
Hi.
I'm sorry.
You sound like a curse. Hi, I'm Sage, or Sweet Sage. I use they, she pronouns, and I will be playing Mavus, him, who uses he, him pronouns.
Fuck yeah. All right. So we're going to begin in the city of Affliction. Now, this city is on a huge plateau in the midst of an infinite desert. Far off in the distance, we can see plumes of ash coming from these volcanic mountains that rise up in this continent that we call Strife. The city of Affliction, if we go to the map, is the over here we can see the City of Affliction. There are 4 main areas. There is Swedgen, which is basically I'll ping everyone. The main entrance is the only ground level area from the plateau. It's the only place that you can get in without needing to climb in the terrible conditions or flying, which nobody can do. Swedgen is the first area. If you go up the plateau upward, you get up to the Bullocks, which is the kind of more residential area. And then if you continue up around, you get to the Thoroughfare, which is the third most populated, oldest part of Affliction. And then way down in the bottom, we have Corpse Town, which we will get to very soon. But first, we're going to introduce our characters. So we zoom in high above the City of Affliction, where we see dust and sand blowing out throughout our field of vision, the sun beating down very harshly, waves of heat coming up from the sand. We zoom down through these clouds of dust, through the heat waves, into an area called the Jewel. Now, the Jewel is the main place to get away, we'll say, in Swedgen, which is the first area, as it said. We zoom in through the front doors, and while the City of Affliction doesn't have a ton of bustling activity, there is always something to do in the Jewel. As we come in through the open doors, we see a couple of orcs arm wrestling, and one slams the other's wrist down onto the table. Shouts of support and shouts of agreement can be heard throughout, and we hear this chord being struck on an instrument, and we pan upward onto a little clearing where there are no tables, just a single stool, and there's a person sitting on that stool. Sage, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah. So Mavis, and I want to make sure I actually have this the way it was in my head, or the way that I described it before. So 1 second.
Perfect.
I'm a scrolling. Okay. Okay, so Mavis is about kind of tall. He has dark brown, red skin, auburn curls, and he always has a song and a smile on his lips. And yeah, that's actually it for description. That's as much as I got.
Perfect. Human or?
Oh yeah, and he's also a tiefling.
Oh, tiefling, even better. Awesome. So we see this tiefling. Mavis, you are what instrument do you play, Mavis?
I play the flute.
The flute? Okay, so when I said "chichin," what I really meant was and so we see Mavis shredding on this flute. The arm wrestling orcs have stopped what they're doing, and their heads swivel to look at this performance. Mavis, using your bardic powers, you get we see a little spotlight kind of appear over you as you're shredding on this flute. Little visible notes made out of beautiful light begin to surround you and fly out. One lands in somebody's cup before popping like a bubble. One of them surrounds somebody's face and kind of hovers between their eyes before popping off into a little shower of sparks. And at the end of your performance, there's this raucous shout from everyone who is pretty drunk in the Jewel. You approach the bar after, because you're getting paid in exposure and drinks and food. You approach the bar. The tavern keeper of the Jewel, a man named Sai, he slowly walks over to you. He's got big apron on, a graying mustache that used to be black, a shock of like salt and pepper hair, and he always like his brow is always furrowed, like he always looks like he's a little angry, but he's got this grin as he's smiling at you. And you notice a few of his teeth are made out of different metals, and he slides a mug of something suspicious in front of you. You know, it's they call it jewel grog, but yeah, that's kind of the drink of choice in the jewel. You're not sure what it's made out of. Nobody's really sure what it's made out of, but you know it's good, and you know it gets you drunk. So he slides it in front of you, and he says, "That there was a good performance there, Mavus. I got a feeling this could be a good working relationship, I'd say."
So I'm gonna take the mug, or the mug, and I'm gonna say, yeah, this is really fun. And then I'm gonna take a sip. Yeah, this could be really good. And then I'm gonna like try
Awesome. So you down your mug, put it on the bar, and Sai, he says, "I'm gonna go and get your food, but just know that you keep these songs a coming. I'll get you the good stuff. I'm not talking about the jewel grog. I'm talking about the jewel wine." And he points to this. It looks like a plastic bag that's hanging above the bar, and it's filled with this like purplish liquid. And he says, "Yeah," and then he walks away. As he goes, there is a. You hear like the as the double doors swing inward. As somebody comes in, you hear like the choo choo choo, the sound of like spurs hitting the ground. I can't make that sound effect. And so, sitting next to you is what looks like a human, and this human is dressed in this long coat and has a nice little hat. Picture stereotypical Western person that comes in, sits down next to you, and says, "Are you the bard?"
Okay, I'm gonna like wipe my mouth off and be like, "Why? Who's asking?"
You can call me you can call me the liaison. I was sent from a little up north, little town. You might have heard it, the Thoroughfare.
Oh,
We're looking for some good entertainment. Nice little party that my client, my employer, is throwing. And we could use a reputable musician such as yourself.
okay. I'm gonna sip a little bit and be like, "Yeah, I have a good thing going right now, but does your employer say anything about the pay?"
He says, so he reaches into his pocket, so he like kind of pushes his coat aside, and first you see that there is a holster with a wand of magic missile, which marks him as an official. You know that this guy might be working for the sheriff, but next to it is a pouch, and he pulls it out, some rough sack. He drops it on the table. It makes like a little like there's like a bunch of little things inside of it, and he slides it over. He says, "Take a look for yourself."
All right.
So you look inside. It looks like grain. It looks like seeds. It looks like actual food.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rare. Definitely rare for Swedgen. You know, the people in the Thoroughfare, they get a lot of their food from these elves that live in the top level. And this looks like some of that food. You even sift around. There's like some berries in there.
Oh, snap.
He says, "We'll pay you in more than whatever swill is over here."
Oh. Why did you say so faster? What do you mean? I'll definitely meet you up there. When do you need me?
Awesome. So he pushes his chair out and he stands up and he says, "All right, you come up with me. We'll cross the dust bridge together, and I'll take you over to the thoroughfare." He extends his hand out. You notice he has this like half glove on that's made of this very, very worn leather, and there are like markings all over it. Looks like it's in. What languages do you speak, Mavus?
Great question.
I see Elvish. Great. It's in Elvish. Okay. Sorry, I just pulled up your sheet. So yeah, it's in Elvish. So you definitely recognize that whoever this guy is seems probably very important. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow you up.
Awesome. Yeah, you shake hands and you go up. And so from there we zoom out from the jewel from Swedgen, and we zoom a little further up the plateau across the dust bridge, zooming in and out of people going between them. And we go to this area. Soulstar. There we go. So in Soulstar, we see that there is a group of 3 people. The Soulstar is the closest thing to an inn that we have. It's like a combo inn, general store, and another kind of tavern. Similar to like, it's kind of like H Mart a little bit, in that like there's a restaurant in H Mart, but there's also like a big grocery store. This is like if H Mart also had like hotel service a little bit. So.
Which would be kind of a dream.
It honestly,
Yeah.
That's where I would live personally.
Same.
Predicting Chaos is sponsored by H Mart.
That is a
Say it enough,
joke.
it'll come true.
Ideally
But
responsible.
like we wouldn't want it to be a joke.
So we see 3 people sitting in a table in a circle, that's speaking hushed tones. One of them is Sebastian. Would you like to describe your character?
Yes. So, can you just describe the scene a little bit? Just
Absolutely.
Kind of
So the Soul Star is full of people basically constantly making trades and constantly selling or buying things. The reason that you're here is that it is loud. And not only is it loud, but there's also basically you can find most of what you need in the Soul Star. If you need something off the books, you can find it there. But at the same time, if you need like a hammer, you could find it at the Soul Star.
Okay.
There are people constantly talking to each other, vendors crying out their wares, people shouting across the room to each other. It's like a huge warehouse. Lined with stalls, lined with people, a very crowded Comic-Con.
Awesome. So in the mesh of people that are kind of walking in and out, you see an average height but very broad man in common but very well taken care of armor. He has brownish, blackish hair. You can't quite tell, and it's kind of modeled with maybe gray. And if you were to take a closer look at him, you'd see that his eyes are gray, but you'd also see flashes of other people's faces in front of his own. It's very unsettling. So like gray echoes of spirits, other people. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's something that kind of takes you by surprise. And he is making his way through the Soul Star, and his his stride is very confident, but he's not putting himself out there in any type of way. He keeps very much to himself.
Nice.
Also he looks like 20s. He looks like he's in his mid 20s. Doesn't act like he's in his mid 20s.
Nice. So you're walking through, and you get that like face flash is what your companions call it.
Yeah.
And as that happens, one of your companions, this tall. At first, he looks human, but whenever he moves too quickly, it seems as though there's like an illusion that kind of blurs a little bit. And we see underneath this regular human face illusion, his eyes are completely black. His ears have come to small points, and we see like something swish behind him in the air, almost like a tail. And he puts a cloak. He kind of pulls your cloak hood over a little bit, and he says, "Boy, I told you to be careful about your face flashes, eh?"
I don't know what the whole deal is. I don't like you touching my cloak.
Yeah, well.
He pulls it back. Hex pulls it back.
He says, "All right, well, if you don't make weird stuff happen in front of your face, I won't touch your cloak. You understand?"
Oh, it's just something that happens now, isn't it?
We hear another voice next to the two of you. We see a female human. She looks looks a little like she's pretty lanky. She's got leather armor on, and she has like kind of like a bandolier of daggers at her waist. She has another cloak on with a hood. She's got a traveling pack, and we hear her in like a very whispered, hushed tone. She says, "Stop arguing, boys. We've got work to do." And we see the three of you walk past these tables up to a very specific stall. So, Hex, you know that you are here to purchase something that might be able to give you a better idea of what's kind of going on with you. It's been rumored that there are some artifacts out there, specifically in the city of Affliction, that might be able to help with erratic arcane energies. Because you know that the city of Affliction is ruled by a group of very lawful magic mages. And so sometimes the magic items that they make, the magic items that they use, will be kind of sold to the public, or will randomly appear in a stall. One of these items was rumored to be at this vendor. So this vendor, he sees the three of you come up, and your companion Kale, he says, "All right, Hex, you're gonna take point on this one, eh?"
Do I really have to? I mean, if it were up to me, I'm fine with my face flashing. I don't need to know. You know what? Fine. He walks up. What time of day is it?
It's about noon, I'd say.
Good afternoon.
Hello there.
Hello. He turns back. He over his shoulder to Kale. He goes, "What am I looking for?"
"Ask for a number 4. Make it spicy."
What?
A number 4. God fucking damn it.
I will have a number 4. Make it spicy.
Oh, well, I will certainly do that. And so he like pushes his curtain back, goes into like some back room, and within like 5 seconds he comes out with like this, "Oh, here you are," and he like removes this little cloth, and it looks like some kind of box. Looks like a cube, with a bunch of different writing on each facet. It looks like somebody like very crudely like carved in with some chisel into each side of this rune. What's more is each rune, each facet has wildly different looking runes on it.
Can I read any of them, or are they in language?
Do you speak, Hex?
You know, that's a great question. I was trying to figure that out. How many languages can I speak? And I can just
I'm going to give you
give me some
languages.
I'll give you two. Give me two.
I'll give you two.
Kale is what in terms of race?
I would say Kale speaks Infernal.
Okay, so I will speak Infernal.
Okay,
and then Kale would have taught me Infernal
for sure.
And then I'll also speak Elvish.
Perfect.
Common.
Awesome. So
Infernal and Elvish.
Yeah, so you recognize one of them as Elvish.
Okay.
They look like generic arcane runes.
Okay.
And then the Infernal, there's another side that's an Infernal, and they also kind of look like generic arcane runes. I'll say that you don't quite know much about Arcana. If you want, you can roll me an Arcana check.
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
First roll of the game.
Arcana!
14, alright. That ain't bad. So, yeah.
Ain't bad.
Yeah, you get the feeling that this cube seems to have different layers. Like, the Elvish runes are only relating to a single school of magic. Same with the Infernal runes, a different school of magic. Seems like this might be 6 different schools of magic on this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay.
On this cube.
How do cubes work?
So,
yeah.
So I see it. I kind of is it still in the shopkeeper's hand, or is it? Okay, and so he's kind of letting me look at it. Can I touch it? Can I like reach out and grab it?
You reach out, and the shopkeeper, he like kind of pulls his hand back. He's like, only looky, no touchy, unless you pay me the money. And
well, how much?
He says, got any good old foodstuffs? Services rendered?
Do I have any foodstuffs?
I'll say that you have basically you do, but it's your last foods.
Oh. Okay. What's my ability to procure foods in this desert? How self-sustaining am I? Am I able to find how worth these are my last? How easy is it for me to get more?
It should be easy. There are there are a few ways to get food in Affliction, and this is if we can go back to the. I'm assuming we haven't left the map. So there's one way is the Hive. So the Hive is in the northeast corner of Affliction. It's a series of huge tunnels that go pretty far down, and they lead to this subterranean hive of giant insects that are quite dangerous, but if you manage to kill one and drag it up, you can cook it, and you can they sell.
So I turn around. So he asked for the foodstuffs. I turn around to Kale, and I put a hand on his shoulder, and I put my other hand in his bag, and I grab whatever kind of ration he would have in his bag. Nice. So I take a ration out of, or a foodstuff, whatever he has in his bag, and I go, "You want the bloody square? I'm going to use your foodstuff." And so I take it out. I turn around. And then before I give it to him, I turn around. I go, "I know it's a cube. And then I give the ration. I give the ration to the shopkeeper.
So as you pull out the ration, Kale catches your hand, and he looks over at the cube. He looks incredibly disappointed, and he says, "Don't even bother. It's a fucking fake."
How do you know?
He says, "Fucking look at it."
Well, do you have any fake food?
It's not. And from here, we kind of zoom out a little bit. We zoom all the way up to the topmost plateau, where we see. I'm gonna change the music. Where we see in high contrast to the sand and the heat and the desert, we see a land of green. It is a welcome reprieve from the harsh conditions of this entire city. Grass grows on the inside of these walls, a grove of trees. There are rows and rows of crops that are being grown and harvested there are humans they seem to have like uniforms on with like, it looks like a big K, but the K is made out of like metal. And they're harvesting food, and as soon as they harvest something, another one slowly begins to grow in its place. Overseeing all of the crops, there is a tall elf. Kate, would you like to describe your character?
Sure. So my character name is Leah. She is a graceful but headstrong elf with a love for flowers, trees, and gardening. She spends most of her time gardening. She's also often found alone there. Her hair is red and curly and flows all the way to her waist. She has emerald green eyes and only ever wears emerald green to make her eyes pop. The occasional brown and other earth tones thrown in there for accessorizing. She's very particular about this. Her class, well, I actually don't know if that's relevant right now, but anyways.
Yeah, go for it. Actually, I should probably. So, Sebastian, your character is a fighter, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Fighter,
Echo Knight is the
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Kate, what is? So you are.
Yeah, she's a ranger. She has a good eye for shooting and learned archery from her archery teacher. But she doesn't have much brute strength for melee fighting.
Awesome. So we see Leah. You're overseeing this harvest, and this is like a twice a day activity, I think, that happens. Once in the morning, once in the evening. And you're... Oh, we'll get to that. So you're overseeing these humans. One human, this little girl, comes up to you, and she's running up. She's got a tiny uniform with this little metal K, and she comes up. She's got a basket of food, and she goes, "Excuse me."
Yes.
I was told to show you this. And she pulls back. She opens the basket and pulls out a piece of fruit. And it looks normal at first, but then she kind of like turns it around, and there are these black veins that are permeating the fruit.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. And I take that from her. And
There you are.
thank you. And I inspect it just to
Okay.
see like what's going on with it, like what else is happening.
So I'd love for you to roll me either a nature check, or let's do a nature check.
How
Or an
does one
investigator
do that?
I'm glad you asked. Okay, so in your character sheet, so you're going to
Okay.
open up your character sheet, and then on the left-hand side of the page, there are your skills. And so one of those are going to say nature, and you're just going to click on the word nature, and it will just pop up in the chat.
Is one of them going to say nature? Yes. Okay. Awesome.
18,
I did
goddamn.
Let's
Hell yeah.
go.
Awesome. Nicely done. So looking at this, you notice that, I mean, this certainly is not natural.
Yeah.
The magic that your family uses to grow these crops, to accelerate the growth, as an elf and as a child of druids, that you tap into the natural ley lines that flow beneath the ground, and you harvest that energy and you amplify it, and it feeds into the plants, which cause it to grow. This, you take a look. I'll say that because you're a ranger, you do have access to kind of druidic magic.
Mm-hmm.
You open your eyes. You close your eyes. You take a deep breath, and when you open your eyes, we all see that they're glowing green.
Oh.
And you look beneath you, and from your perspective, the land looks like a starry void with lines of energy going everywhere underneath the ground.
Mm-hmm.
In the distance, those lines are red, and there is lightning out in the distance. A swirling torrent of energy that scares you. But over here, the energy is a small river of green that touches your grove and then descends back underneath the ground. You notice that there is a small... The river of energy is much smaller than it was before. And that's... You get the feeling that something has happened to the ley line that has made it weaker. And that's kind of what you've gotten from your 18 nature. You do know that your parents might have some answers. They might be able to help. This is definitely something that you should definitely bring to them.
I think I'm gonna go right away and ask them about
Amazing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you take the fruit. I'll say it's an apple.
All right.
Yeah. You take the apple and you run to the grove of trees. This area is called the Grove, but there is a grove of trees. Your parents are there. One of them seems to be like focusing. So your father is focusing his energy on growing a tree. Your mother is conjuring. She's in front of this huge basin, and she's just conjuring water, like over and over and over again.
Okay.
So the basin slowly fills.
Yeah.
Your father turns and hears you running, and says, "Dear darling, hey thee, what have you to show me, child?"
I take out the fruit because I just have it I guess a basket. I feel like I'm imagining myself like holding a basket because the child handed me the basket.
Yep.
I take out the fruit, I hand it to him, and I say, something is going on with this fruit. There's some black veins growing out of it. I'm not sure, but I just have a really bad feeling about this, and I wanted to get your help on this and see what was going on.
So he reaches out. He has these long, spindly fingers, and he takes the apple in his hand, and he inspects it. His eyes flash green, like a strobe light, as he seems to be inspecting from several different angles, several different schools of magic. Your parents are pretty experienced, pretty old druids.
Mm-hmm.
They were around before Affliction was named Affliction. They were around when it was called Crunlow, the seat of the Baron's power. And they often tell you about it. But anyway, I digress. Your father continues to look at this apple, and he says, "Something has infected the..." And he looks down, and he sees that the ley line is also smaller, and he gasps. And he looks up at you, and he says, "Leah, my darling." He focuses his energy, and the apple just kind of like withers into a husk. And as he drains the energy from it, and he kind of puts it back into the ground, he says, "Leah, my darling, I'm going to need you to investigate this. Your mother and I cannot leave the grove. If we do, this area will die."
I've never left on my own before. Are we sure this is okay?
I understand. Ordinarily, I would say this is something that we will ask the Crunlows to deal with. However, this is a matter of nature. And while your mother and I are quite attuned with nature, we cannot... Our responsibility is too great to this city. And I understand that it is scary. But perhaps you can speak to your friend at the Crunlows, and the two of you can investigate this together.
I'm still not so sure about this. I am very nervous to go out by myself. I've never really gone out by myself. I don't really know. Do you want to come with us? Can one of you at least come with me?
Alas, my child. You will need to put on your brave pants.
What?
Put them on.
And what
Have
are
you
those
got
look
them
like?
on? Have you put them on? Good. You're buttoning them up? Excellent. Good. Put on your brave pants and go to Crunlow Keep. And there, you and perhaps one of the Crunlows will help with this problem. It is imperative that you do so, for I fear the source of this corruption.
she just kind of like sighs gravely. She's like, fine. Like just turns around and like bolts out.
Excellent. So from there, we kind of zoom out from the grove, and we pan just not too far away into this large keep. So this keep, it looks as though it is in not quite disrepair, but it's definitely seen better days. It is crumbling at the edges, but there are large arcane runes that have been carved and painted all over the walls in several different languages. We zoom in through one of the open windows where we see Bella. Would you like to describe your character?
Yes, I would. Okay. Belle is a human. She's like not tall, but no, she's kind of short. She's kind of short. Anyways, she has long blonde hair, and it's like glossy as hell. It's like slightly that like cool, fun, wavy curl that sort of looks like you didn't do anything, but like she does do a little bit of work. Anyways, she has her hair like partly pulled back so that some of it's out of her eyes, but then like strategic pieces are out front. Again, very glossy. She is wearing like she wears a lot of like light colors and light pinks and creams and stuff like that, and is very like clean. She looks really clean, and like she wants to like she like puts a little bit of effort into looking clean. Yeah, she's a Gemini, and she's really smiling often. Gemini vegetarian, and yeah, that's Belle.
Incredible. So Belle, you are sitting
What
at a
class
desk.
is she? Like,
Oh, and she's a sorcerer, obviously.
Amazing. So Belle, you're sitting at a desk right now, and standing at a chalkboard is one of your tutors. This is your arcane tutor, and so this is I'll say this is a gnome. And this gnome, huge white beard that goes all the way down to his feet. He trips over it sometimes. He's got these like the shoes that like the toes kind of curl up into points. He's got a little we would know it as a baseball cap, but baseball doesn't exist in the city of Affliction, so it's just a cap. Cool. He points to you and he says, "First two rules of magic." Only two rules of magic.
Wait, I know this. I have them written down in my notes somewhere. The first one was most certainly about a spell. I know that I've studied this.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah?
Always prepare the falling one. Featherfall.
Featherfall! Yes! 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 And so this is something that he's been trying to teach you for like months. And he like does a little like gnome dance on the desk. It's really cute. And he says, "Don't even worry about the second one. I just wanted to make sure that you know, always prep Featherfall. It's the most important spell. If you're falling, what are you gonna do?"
Featherfall.
You got it.
You
Class
taught me so well.
dismissed.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I've really learned a lot today.
I think you have. It's been a very productive 15 minutes. So
thank you so much. I want to reach out and then like get really, really close to him and then say, "Are you okay with hugs?"
He says, "You know it." And he
Okay, and then a big hug.
He gives you a little hug with his little gnome arms. And yeah, so you get a little hug. He says, "Okay, I guess you could just kind of do whatever you want now. I'll see you. I'll see you soon." And
Okay.
he misty steps, like vanishes. As you walk outside of this classroom, I'll say that it's in the lower part. It's ground level of Crunlow Keep. Your parents are sitting at. You hear this like ding 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 ding. It's like afternoon tea bell. Your parents are sitting at a very long table. There are several what look like mechanical people that are standing at attention. Your father looks up. He has a monocle. He has a pencil-thin mustache. His hair is slicked back, and he has a huge K, metal K, in his in the lapel of his suit. All of his buttons look like little cogs, like little gears, and he has a little cane leaning against the table. He turns to you, and he's there's a crash in the distance.
What the hell?
And he says, "We will deal with that."
Sorry.
He says,
I don't know what that was.
That's
Oh
fine.
my word.
he says, "Belle,
Yes, Daddy. I hated that as I said it, but I'm committing.
no, that's fine.
That's not going anywhere. I'll just have to get used to it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Actually, that changed his accent. So for me, he says, Belle,
Yes, Daddy.
how have your lessons been going this fine afternoon here in our fair city?
Spectacular. I really think I'm learning a lot, and quickly too.
Wonderful. There is a visitor for you that has been knocking at our door.
I do love visitors.
And how have your powers been manifesting themselves? They've been coming along.
All good, really great. Everything just feels good and fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Your mother and I, we have been asking your teacher about your progress. He has had wonderful things to say, saying that you have excelled quite a bit in the past few months. You already know the first law of magic.
It's true, I do.
Excellent, excellent. Well, now run along, my sweet darling, and he clasps your hand in his very well manicured nails. Several rings that seem to be made of different metals, that are each carved with a different arcane rune. And he says, I want you to be careful now. Without you, our line ends.
Yep. Well, no pressure or anything, right? Anyways, I'm always careful. There's nothing to worry about.
He so he says, we have approved of your nonchalance for a very long time, my dear. But sometimes I worry that you are unsure of the most important things here in our city. Family, heritage, the name, our power here. I want you to appreciate the tenuous hold that we have over this city. It's not just our name that gives us power, though our name does give us quite a lot of power. And he just kind of like ting ting, like taps on the K in his lapel. He says, do be careful with how you use your powers outside of our humble abode.
I don't think I understand where this is coming from. Why would we have a tenuous hold of power?
Lawlessness runs rampant in Affliction. The desperation that has overcome our city. I fear that it might grow in time as those who are not Krunlos become more ambitious. Men without power desire power. Men with power desire power. And he says, the difference between those with power and those without power, very thin line. Because it's wherever they believe the power lies. Right now, they believe the power lies with us. And as long as we make them continue to believe that, we will continue to govern this city. Now, you are my only daughter. And I know that your brother means very well, but he can't do magic. So, very important that you keep your powers, let's say, under wraps for now. Because I know that this visitor wants you to go outside, which I will not forbid. But I would like you to be very careful with how you use your powers outside of our keep. You understand?
I think I understand.
Good.
Have you been reading more of your mystery books lately?
I've been reading my history books lately.
Okay. Daddy, I just think sometimes you should remember that I don't know what you're so afraid of. Everything seems pretty good.
So, your mother, she downs her drink and she kind of puts it on the table. A mechanical automaton extends a tray. She puts it on the tray. The mechanical, it kind of like absorbs, like opens a slot in its arm, and the cup just falls in and it closes. Your mother, she says, your father just is so worried. You don't listen to us. You go run along. Have a good time.
Thanks, Mom. Okay.
Mwah.
Mwah.
You get to the outskirts of the keep, where you see your friend Leah.
Nice.
Two of you meet up.
How many times have we've like chatted a bit before already?
Yeah.
We're not, this is,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
So you're not like super close, but you've definitely, like, you know who each other are. You've talked before. The Crunlows and the Thalion family. This is one of the ways that your family, that the Crunlows have maintained control, is that they have a good relationship with the elves who provide all the food for the top half of the city.
Perfect. And just checking, how does Leah feel about hugs?
Not great.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
like, yeah, she like
Bella's
kind of. She's
gonna-
one of those people who like, if you hug her, she'll be like, "Hi."
Okay, Bella's gonna like excitedly like run up at one of those like not like running. She's like, oh my god, Leah, it's so good to see you. And she's gonna run up with her hands out and then kind of pull them back and be like, and then go in for a high five.
And I'll be like, "Hi."
I'm so glad to see you.
It's so good to see you too. How are you?
doing?
Oh,
Oh my god,
my
I love when
God.
that happens. I'm doing really well. I just had a magic lesson, and it went really super well. What have you been up to?
well, you see, it's been okay. We ran into something this morning that I thought might come to interest of you, or you might be able to help me with. We found a fruit in the garden that had black veins all over it, and that's not very.
Ew.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. It's not very normal around here. We've never seen that happen. And I brought it over to my father, and he said that that we need to go investigate what's going on. Apparently something with the ley lines. I'm not quite sure. I think with
Okay.
your help, though, we might be able to figure it out. If you could come with me.
absolutely. This
'cause I definitely
sounds
don't want to go by
definitely
myself.
like something.
So.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I hate going
Yeah.
places by myself. I'm totally
Oh,
in. Just to
awesome.
clarify, it was just one piece of fruit?
So far.
And was there like anything like icky around the fruit that made it icky? Or was it just like
so
fruit?
the piece of fruit was brought to me by someone. So I
Okay.
unfortunately did not see the fruit in the ground.
Okay, so there's more room for us to investigate together.
Yes.
Okay.
There is.
So
That sounds fun.
we kind of zoom out from here. We cut to the Soul Star, and we see sitting at this table, Hex and Kale and Vu is the third companion.
I was gonna ask,
sitting down at the table, talking in hushed tones. At the same time, we see Mavus getting ready to stand up on this little makeshift stage. Yes. Doing some stretches. You look out over the crowd. Walking in through the main doors, there is an elf. Have you ever seen an elf before?
Once, I think.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you think you're like, wait a second, that's an elf. Followed by a human in very nice garb. She has the K in her lapel. And you begin to play. Would you like to roll me a performance check?
Oh, yeah, I would. Did I do that right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So 12 is great. So you play. It's not your best, but like it's definitely not your worst. Like you feel pretty good about it. It's a toe tapper for sure. A lot of people, a few people slide some coins up to you on the stage. People don't throw coins in Affliction; they slide them because they might go everywhere. And so a few people very solemnly walk up to you, take like a silver piece, put it on the stage, and slide it towards you. You make about like 12 silver. It's actually quite good.
Nice.
So yeah, you can add that to your inventory, and you have had a pretty good performance. You see in the distance, sitting at one of the tables, there are three figures that seem to be like hooded and speaking in hushed tones. One of them looks up at you and puts his head back down. We kind of like switch our perspectives to the table, where we see Kale has looked up at this tiefling that's performing and looks back at you, Hex, and he says, "That one over there. You see,
what one?
You see him?
Where?
The tiefling. He just played that bloody good song on the flute.
You're into flutes.
I've always been. That's not the point. My point is,
No. We're not moving on. You're into flutes.
yeah. Well, look, me mum played the flute. All right, and
You have me out here in the middle of absolutely nowhere, looking for a cube, and you want to talk about flutes.
It's not the cube that we're looking for. It's the power behind the cube. You understand? It's the laws. Do you not pay attention to anything I fucking tell you?
I flashed, and just a flash of like a grinning face comes across, and then one that doesn't care, and then back to myself.
He's like, oh fucking hell! All right, so
I told you I was fine with it.
So, oh my god!
All right, tell me about the flute boy. What's about the flute boy?
All right, look, as a tiefling, you see, and he, you see,
I turn and look. I'll turn and look.
Yeah, so you turn and look, and he focuses your attention on the magic that's coming out when the tieflings play. And he says, "You see that there? There are very few beings in Affliction that can tap into arcane sources without studying it or being part of some freaky-deaky bloodline like the Crunlows, alright? So, I get the feeling that it's important.
So
Alright, is all I'm saying.
It's a special flute.
It's not the flute. Alright, fuck. It's not.
Sorry.
not just the flute that's important. Well, though I will say that the flute is important because I like it.
So is the flute, or is it the?
It's
it
the
tiefling
guy.
that's-
The guy is important. The guys use the
I
flute
see.
to make the magic.
I see.
All right.
The guy. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's all you
All
have to say. I mean, do you want me to go? You want me to wingman? We can do it like we did back in the day. Is this what?
Yeah.
So I go. All right. Well,
Yeah.
if you'll excuse me, I think we have to make a connection over here for old Kale. I grab Kale by the. I'll attempt. I'll attempt to grab Kale by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, Kale just stands up. He's like, I've got to know to fucking stand up. And he pushes his chair out and he says, all right, well, we should at least wait until he's done performing, all right?
No. Oh, all right. So we walk up and we just watch
Yeah.
the rest of the performance.
So as that's happening, our camera pans to the other side of the room where the doors are just closing behind Leah and Belle. The two of you see there is a tiefling performing, casting some kind of spell to enhance his performance, and there are two humans that are standing in front of the stage. Normally, they call that the gold rim.
Is Kale human?
You know that he's not.
Okay, sorry,
But
my bad.
But the illusion
bad.
is that he is.
Okay,
He has an illusion on that just has him as human.
okay.
And so the bard finishes his performance with a flourish. Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Do you come here often? Have you heard him before?
No, I never really leave the Grove, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, this is like one of my first times to come out.
It has a really distinct smell, but
You could say that.
but I like it. It's neat.
Yeah. And like Leah looks very visibly like uncomfortable. Just like,
And Belle looks very visibly like excited, thrilled.
So you would you like to talk to him? I know you do.
Oh,
but
sorry.
We have like the two of you seem like thrilled at the performance. Like,
Oh my god, yeah. I want to say good job.
Nice.
I begrudgingly follow Belle.
We have to say good job.
Yeah.
So as you begin to walk up, Kale, so Mavus, you finish your performance. A few more pieces of gold are slid onto the stage, but there are two humans that are looking up at you. One of them, you see, because you are a tiefling, and you have like this kind of recognized game moment with him, where he gives you an up nod, and he kind of gestures for you to come like down to his level.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
I step in between them as Mavis comes down to make the introduction.
Oh, okay.
I say, well played. My friend likes your flute.
It is
Is that
pretty
right?
nice flute.
Apparently, I don't know much about flutes, but my friend absolutely loves flutes, and he specifically loves your flute.
Flute or flute?
Well, Kale, I think you can take it from. His name's Kale, by the way. His name's Kale. Kale, you can take it from here. Kale, tell him about his flute.
He's like, all right, look. Well, I just wanted to say that you play really well. All right, it was really good, and I really appreciate your music. But also, I was wondering how you do that fancy light thing, hey?
Fancy light thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there was like a bloody spotlight on you, and I had musical notes floating around and popping in people's faces like they was little champagne corks or some shit. So I was just wondering how you did that.
Could I see that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like part of the performance.
Got it.
I actually have just been playing for so long. My friend, when I was younger, taught me, and I just never really thought about it, actually. It just kind of happens. I just really like music, so I thought it was just normal.
Your friend, when you was younger, taught you how to do magic.
I guess so. Is that magic? I thought I was just cool. I didn't know that was magic.
So at this point, Belle and Leah, the two of you, get to this spot as well.
Okay.
I will step right up and say, "Hi, everyone. I'm Belle. It's so nice to meet you all."
I immediately leave. Like I am not leave the entire, but like I am like immediately like this is way too many people that I do not know. So I like step out of the circle. And let
Okay, bye. It was so good to meet you.
You take a step back.
Yeah.
Kale like whirls around to you, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, "Boy, do you know who that is?
No.
Take
Which
a look
one?
at the insignia.
I
see
can't
that?
see it through what? Through the hair? Through the
K.
I'm blinded.
K
by
on the bloody
I'm blinded.
lapel.
What about the K? You can
I
see
do
a
have
K.
really
All I
glossy
see.
hair.
Oh, I'm blinded by this giant golden look. I don't want to
Look
see.
beyond the sparkles, boy. Look beyond the sparkles.
Okay.
You can see the
I'm
K.
looking beyond the sparkles. It is
Alright.
a K. And what does a K mean?
The fancy garb, the K, the occasional spinning translucent wheel that's around her.
What do you think she
sometimes.
does to her hair? Do you think she does something to her hair?
That's a bloody bro. What the fuck? That's a fucking
I'm
combo.
sorry, you're
Alright.
into flutes. I can't be into hair. All right, fine.
He's like, all right.
Okay,
no.
it's a Crunlo. It's a Crunlo.
I
Okay.
will not hair shame
And it kind of-
you, all right?
And so I kind of dropped the face. I said, okay, and it's a Crunlo. The Crunlo daughter. What? What are we supposed to do about it?
Do you know how powerful they are? Do you know the artifact that we
I
were
wasn't
just
born.
looking
I
at?
wasn't born yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
I
course.
know you weren't born yesterday.
Well,
That artifact that the fake,
yeah.
they got the real one. All right, it's in their vaults.
When you just knew this now, why did we even bother coming here? If they
No, because I don't want to break into fucking. All right, so like we cut to like
Yeah.
like 3 feet to the right, where the three of you are
Yeah.
talking.
Okay. And I also introduced myself because I did
Amazing.
it before, but I like reach out my hand and like very gracefully like introduce myself and be like, "Hi, I'm Leah," to Mavis. Yes.
Hi.
I'm just smiling. I'm so proud of my friend for making a new friend. I love when my friends make friends.
I can't.
Hi, I'm Mavis, and I like plop down on the stage, so I'm just sitting on it now, and I'm kind of like swinging my feet and just like enjoying.
I loved the way that you
Around.
played. I've never seen music. Well, I don't really think I've seen a whole lot of live music, but this was definitely by far the best live music that I've ever seen. Are you from around here?
Yeah, sure. No, not really. Actually, I'm from down in Am I from what was it called again?
Swedgen?
Swedgen? Am I from
Yeah.
Swedgen?
Yeah.
Or
you're
did I
from
just work
Swedgen.
there? Okay, so yeah, I'm actually from Swedgen. I'm up here for a job, but I'm kind of enjoying it up here. It's really nice. It's a lot more light.
I'm
and
so
smiles.
how serendipitous that you're here and we're here and we get to meet each other. That's really cool.
So at this point,
I think I allow Kale to reintroduce. Like I introduced him, and now he's gonna
Yeah.
bring me back into the conversation.
these two
Kind of
humans
against
gonna
my
step into the circle, and Kale says, "Oh yes, well done, hail and well met. Everyone's doing wonderful. Tell you what, how about the 5 of us, actually the 6 of us, be old ball and chains over at the table. Why don't you all come and sit down at our table, huh?"
Are there gonna
Is
be
it
drinks
my-
there?
Oh, of course.
Oh, then I'm there. I'm there.
On me.
I like
of
look
course.
over at Belle and I'm like,
You know what? I'm so sorry. I just need to reapply my lip gloss really quick and I need my friend's help. So
Yeah.
we'll be right there in just one moment. Thank you so much for such a sweet offer. It's so nice to meet you. What was your name?
My name is Kale.
Kale. It's so good to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Belle.
Belle, would you happen to be? I notice the way that you're dressed. would you
I elbow him. I fucking elbow him. before he-
Are you
Yeah.
into fashion as well?
I am. Fashion and flute sets the Carly way. What can I say? So
that is
And like
cool.
Leah's very like intricate and like precise. I feel like very like notice like the little details. So she like notices that like little like bump.
nice.
And it's like
Perfect.
a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with the lip gloss. We'll be right there in a minute. Okay, thank you. We're
And
gonna
then I
walk
follow
away.
her.
So where are you going?
The bathroom.
Is there a bathroom?
Where are you going?
You know,
Is
we
there
gotta
a
go
bathroom?
together.
Or like,
Yeah.
if not,
There's
like,
a bathroom.
honestly, if there's like a backstage, I would put my ass backstage. No place
Okay.
is off limits to me. Is
Yeah.
my vibe.
And
Yeah,
I
you
pull
totally
her
do
to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you absolutely do that. It's amazing. So as you go back, there is a man that stands up. Just while the two of you are going, Mavus and Hex, there's a man that stands up. He's in these gray robes, and he has a little, looks like some kind of medallion, that looks like the sun rising over, like a very crude drawing of the sun rising, and he says, "Blessings be upon the two of you. We've got some openings in our group. Two of you ever heard of the Church of the Living?"
Who is he? Is he asking me? Me and Mavis?
Seems to be asking the two of you. Kale's already sat down at the table.
Do I know about the Church of the Living?
So you have heard of the... Actually, roll me a history.
Okay. 15?
15. So something about... Switch music. So, Affliction, and this is something that all of you would know, Affliction is different than most places that we've ever heard of, that are in the world. Normally, when you die, in this universe, your soul goes to whatever deity you pray to, or if you are signed over to something else, it goes to them. In the city of Affliction, when you die, the next sunrise, your body vanishes, and you appear in Corpse Town. No one knows why, but you look exactly how you did. You're dressed exactly how you were dressed. The only difference is you're a little more pale, and your eyes glow red. Every day, every sunrise that you wake up, well, you don't need to sleep, but every sunrise that happens while you are one of the afflicted, you need to essentially make a wisdom save. Very low DC. And if you pass, great. You go along with your day. But if you fail, you lose yourself. You become a mindless killing machine. A true undead horror. There is a church in Corpse Town, because everyone living in Corpse Town knows that they will live out their days however long they have until one day they become a monster. There is a church called the Church of the Living. This church believes that if you purge your sins, you will never turn. Now, granted, no one lasts more than a few years. But the word is that the head of the church has been around for decades and has never turned. That is the Church of the Living. And this man stands in front of you. You notice that he has his hood up, and his skin is quite pale. His hood is over his eyes.
Do I what knowledge? I guess that is that all the knowledge I know. Do I have any connection to like the leader of the church? Is there anything else or do I have any other personal connections with the Church of the Living?
I don't think you do.
Okay.
You know that the leader hasn't been seen by anyone outside of Corpse Town.
Okay.
And you know that most people, actually you all know this, most people don't go into Corpse Town.
Yeah.
Because when an afflicted turns, they never go after another afflicted.
Ooh.
They only go after the living.
Interesting. Okay.
This man.
So this guy wants us to join.
Yeah, he
join
says.
The Church of the Living.
He says we could use the support of the living. If you follow me.
Oh. I kind of look over at Mavus and kind of look back at. Are you asking for money?
Yeah, money, and we did see that you were associating with a very high-ranking group of individuals. So maybe you put in a good word for the Church of the Living, eh?
Thanks. And then I take a seat. I don't really.
I think Mavis is just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really have any money." But like you can hear the coins that I just got like like hitting together as I walk over and be like, "Good luck though," and then like go take a seat.
He just backs away slowly. We cut to Belle and Leah. What are the two of you doing?
I am okay. I assume we get into the bathroom, and I want to like quickly like close the door behind. Wait, I want to knock, and see if there's anyone else in here. Anyone else in here?
Empty.
Great. I'm gonna lock the door, and I'm gonna turn to Leah and like lock eyes and say, "How are you doing, buddy?" Are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm just a little not necessarily suspicious, but on my guard about the people we just met. They seemed a little they're very nice, don't get me wrong. You know, you like them, we had a good conversation and everything. They seem to be asking a lot of questions though. And that's putting me on my guard. So I'm just telling you because I love you, but you tend to be very nonchalant, and I want you to be on your guard a little bit. So,
no, I think this is great. I love your caution. I think we make such a good team. I actually also think that I got sort of weird vibes, but I'm interested to know what their deal is, and I haven't had a lot of opportunities to meet new people, so I think it'd be fun to chat with them. But can we come up with like a signal maybe for if you're like, this is dangerous and we gotta get out of here? How do we feel about that? And then maybe we stay and talk, but we have a go plan.
Yeah, that's good with me. That's fine with me.
Cool.
Do you know what you want to do for it?
Ooh, do you have any lip gloss with you?
I pull out this one.
So I'm gonna say that. All right, hold on.
Oh
all right,
my
God!
Let me go get my sword really quick.
I just have my chapstick.
So first of all, that was great. Second of all, so I'm gonna. At this point, I'm going to introduce the hero point inspiration system that we're going to be using.
Okay.
So what that is inspiration, for those of you that don't know, whenever a player basically fucks up a d20 roll, if you roll like a 1 or a 2 or 3, if you have a point of inspiration, you can say, I would like to use this point of inspiration, please, and I'll say, great, and then you get to re-roll. Okay. If you have advantage or disadvantage, you will still have that for this reroll. The way that it's given out is whenever somebody does something that I think is awesome, like for example having your lip gloss prop, I will
I
say
always have this on me.
amazing. I will say, okay, you get a point of inspiration.
Oh,
the way that
fun.
we are using inspiration is the 4 of you share a pool of inspiration. You can only have a maximum of 4 points in the pool. So whoever is taking notes, just keep track of how much inspiration there is. And then whenever whenever any of you want to use a point of inspiration, you don't ask me. You can say to the party, be like, I'm going to use this point of inspiration. And then, you all just kind of discuss or just say, go for it. Perfect. Cool. Awesome. So that's a point of inspiration. I'm going to say that you have, your lip gloss is like...
poppin'.
Yeah. But it's like a tree branch that has like this really nice sap that's coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Like kind of what you use.
That makes sense.
Hey, what's my lip gloss?
Your lip gloss.
It's that. It's just that. It's
like... exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks luxurious.
Yeah.
So let's make our sign. If you pull out lip gloss and start applying it a little bit, that means we gotta get out of here. Okay.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
Lip gloss out at the table, ready to roll.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Does my lip gloss look okay?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay.
Leah was kind of taken off by that because she wasn't expecting like that type of question. She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it looks great."
Amazing. So you get back to the table. At this
point, would they get back to the table?
Yeah.
So in between that time, as I sit down at the table, I just kind of lean over to Kale, and this is also kind of directed at Vu, and I go, Vu, what do you know about lip gloss?
Dark magic.
Is there such a thing as hair gloss?
So she leans back and her eyes roll into the back of her head and she like begins to glow slightly. She's like, "Oh!" And she says, I have seen into the eldritch darkness, and I have seen that there indeed are whispers of this gloss of hair.
All right, well, I haven't found it yet, but I certainly would like to. I've been, it's been a bit dreary. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
A pact must be made.
A pact?
Yes.
So I looked at Colin, I said, she made a pact. You think she made a pact for her hair? That her hair got... She made a pact for her hair.
So, look, I don't get involved with no Crunlow shit, alright? I don't understand where their magic comes from, but what
is it
I'm
okay
saying
if I'm eavesdropping?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like, you're basically there.
Okay,
and,
good. I'm just like, I don't know. It's probably just the shampoo she uses.
Holy shit!
What'd you say?
Sneaky little fuck. Shit. God.
I think it's just the shampoo maybe that she uses. It kind of smelled like flowers or something.
Shampoo.
Poo.
Yeah, like
poo.
You rub poo. Who's sham? And why are you rubbing the poo in your hair?
No, so I've only really talked to one girl before, and it was my best friend, and she used to get
like
this
poo.
weird stuff. I don't know where she is now. Her name was Lilith, but she got this weird stuff to help make her hair really pretty, but it would smell really nice, and I think that might be what it was.
Okay.
It's kind of I think it's unnecessary, but who am I, really, truly?
Well, you see Hex just kind of go into his bag and pull out a small little note thing and just quill and start writing down notes about.
Yeah, P-O-O at the end.
Can we walk up at this moment?
Yeah. That's when you get back.
Okay.
Hi, what's everyone talking about?
Well, we're talking about poo, I guess.
That is an interesting topic. I think actually it's really brave of you all to share those. Sometimes with your friends, it's really good to talk about important health things.
Shall we sit down?
Yes.
Oh, of course. Here,
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna
You all
like pull a
sit
seat
down.
out for both of them.
And I like
There
usher
you go.
Belle into the seat. Try and get her to stop talking about poo.
With your friends, it's important to discuss these things. I totally get it. I'm on board.
Yeah, but remember, they're not our friends yet.
Oh, can I tell Leah? I like your pants. They kind of look like Brave pants. I've seen some of those before.
Brave pants?
Yeah, Brave pants. They're like very nice and green. I like them. They're really
Oh.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My mother made them for me.
They look wonderful. I'd love a pair one day.
So
Maybe.
I'm gonna get a thumbs up.
So Kale says, all of well, it's funny you should say that. All of us at the table happen to have some strange things on us, I'd say. We've got what was it? Tiefling. What's your name?
Mavis.
Mavis. Lovely to meet you. Mavis here, you happen to have some strange magic. Crunlows, well, we all know.
I elbow him again. Jesus.
Stop! We can't. Oh, fuck! Oh. Oh.
He's already said it.
Are you okay?
You were saying?
Yeah, I'm fine. I gotta pop my rib back into place.
Okay.
Wow, you must be really tough.
I am tough. But
Great.
anyway, we you see my companions and I we've been looking for a rare assortment of magics. And of course we know an elf, around these parts, who's seen an elf recently, not me. But we've got some curiosities.
What
Particularly
exactly, where do your curiosities lie exactly?
well, that's where my friend Hex comes in. Hex?
Well, they're your curiosities. I'm not gonna tell your curiosities.
Fucking shit. Alright,
Keep
well,
it-
we're looking
Keep
for...
it clean. Keep it clean, Colin.
We're looking for... he says, alright, Hex.
At this moment, so there are times when I can control an echo kind of coming across my visage or body. Like I can control it, but there are times that it happens that are outside of my control. And at this moment, that happens. And
Amazing.
I immediately, like it happens, I feel it happening, and I kind of like just very slightly, I'm not embarrassed by it, but I very slightly like tilt my head away from bigger.
Do we all see it?
Yes.
Like, is it obvious? Okay.
Yeah, because we're all like right at the table. You see
What
that...
face is made?
He says, yeah,
Yeah, what did it
that.
look like?
What was the face?
Yeah, like what was the expression of the face?
I don't necessarily know. I didn't control it, so I don't. I mean, it could. Tyler, what did
we
it look
see?
like?
So you see, all in like 4 different faces. One is a very old version of Hex. One is Hex with like a big scar across his face. One looks like Hex, but he's got like long, flowing, luscious hair, and he's got this like super cocky expression across his face. Yeah, and then another one is what looks like this noble version of Hex that's like very stern. It's got a big mustache, and he's leering at you. And then back to Hex. Kale says, "Yeah, we're mostly trying to figure that out."
But
And,
he's trying to figure that out. I'm fine with it. I've been
Okay,
fine
but you're
with it.
aware of it at least. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Does it
I'm
hurt?
aware.
Can
No,
you feel it?
I can feel it. It doesn't hurt.
What does it feel like?
It feels like. That's a good question. I'm not really in touch with how it feels. What is
Feelings
it?
can take a while to understand. It can be really tough.
I agree.
Okay. It feels like like lukewarm water, I guess.
I am aware of it, yes.
Yeah, like if you were to just, it's dry. It's like dry water over my face. It's like a washing feeling, but it's not wet. But it's not
Interesting.
scratchy. It's just kind of a washing feeling.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess like when you're like sitting in the shade under a tree and then you come into the sun.
Mhm.
It's like that.
I do. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's kind of a pleasant feeling.
Yeah, it's not unpleasant.
But you don't know why this happens to you.
No.
Interesting. And
Your
it's
hair
always
looks really
random.
good.
Yeah,
I
I
Sorry?
liked that hair version. The hair one was very fun.
Well, I don't know. I guess that I don't. Yeah, sure. They must have the poo or something.
I think it was the poo.
I'm
It looks
sorry.
really cool.
What? Why are we circling back to the poo? I'm very confused.
Well,
To make your hair nice.
the poo for your hair. I was just recently told that you put poo in your hair.
Shampoo?
Gel
Shampoo.
poo.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
shampoo.
yeah.
Shams. Yes,
Shampoo.
shams poo.
That
Shams.
has
Shams
nothing
poo.
to do with poo. I hate to be the one to tell you this.
Okay, so what is it then? It's not shams poo.
No sham, no poo.
Well,
That's
if it ain't
really
poo,
fun.
then what? All right, we're getting off topic here. All right. Point is, we've been a bit of purveyors of magic. You see, we want to figure out what's going on with our friend Hex here, and the only way we can do that is to get a little smorgasbord sampling size of all these different magics. You follow?
Kind of. Has this happened to anyone else that you know?
No. Hex is one of a kind, I'd
And
say.
what's your relation, the two of you?
Well, none of your business.
Okay. No, I totally understand that. I am so sorry for asking for more information.
We're
I
friends.
absolutely respect your decision to not tell me that information. I'm really proud of you for standing up for yourself.
We're friendly.
Yeah, he's not an enemy.
Um,
Not anymore.
Oh, well, that's good.
So at this point, who is? I'll say Mavus. Mavus, I would like you to roll me a perception check, please.
I can't read all of a sudden. Hold on.
No worries.
Okay, got it.
Amazing.
Dang.
Amazing.
Oh,
It's the drinks.
Yeah. So Mavis are quite drunk. Quite drunk at this point. Leah, your favorite enemy. Would you remind me what that is?
The undead.
Perfect. So, Leah, the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end.
Okay.
And you get this feeling that there's an undead nearby.
Oh. Okay.
You slowly look up and you turn toward this like feeling of wrongness, and
Where
you see
the feelings come from.
Yeah, where the feeling is coming from, and you see that guy, the Church of the Living. He's standing completely still.
Yeah.
And he begins to shake.
I just grab onto Belle.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a like.
I'm gonna
just
look.
firmly grasp. Belle's hand.
Understood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Leah and see what is going on, and then I'm sure I can see what she's looking at.
So, from beneath the hood, you see the glowing red eyes standing right behind Mavus. Mavus, it's a little late for you with your 4. You don't really see what was going on, but the hood falls back. The man, his skin has gone like this sickly green. Body, it seems as though he's decaying years in an instant. As he opens his mouth and he lets out this roar. So we're going to go into initiative, but first we're going to take a little break.
Do you want us to hit initiative now?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Where's my sheet?
It's going to be in the
all
top
of us?
center of your sheet. Yeah.
Center. Okay.
Amazing. Okay, so we are in initiative. Mavus and Hex have both rolled 10s. Belle has rolled an 11. Leah's rolled a 5. We're doing great. Everything's going to be awesome. We're on a new screen. We have all of our maps and our tokens actually now are from Chepeku, which is an amazing, like the gold standard of maps and grids and scenes, and most of our artwork is going to be from them. They're amazing. Support them on Patreon. Fuck yeah. All right, so we're actually going to start out with the zombie is going first. So the zombie, which the tokens at the bottom of the screen you can see, also courtesy of Chepeku tokens. Fuck yeah. So this zombie, his clothing burns off as his eyes are blazing red. He opens his mouth and there's this red light that comes out as he roars. You all see that there are several glowing circles that form around him. They all seem to be these death-like, deadly circles. They seem to open up in the ground, and they become
more
other zombies.
Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Good.
I see through you.
He finishes summoning these creatures, and his eyes, his lack of eyes, focus on Hex. And he takes a hand and he attempts to he's going to attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
So what we're going to need is from you, I'm going to need a contested athletics check.
16.
All right, that's an 11. Yeah, you reach for him and you grab his wrist and you just push him back. That's his turn. The zombies, well, I guess the other zombies are going to go. These other zombies crawl over tables and they begin to attack the rest of the party. So, Leah... No, not Leah. You guys are fine. There we go.
Question, are
yes.
Kale and Vu in the fight with us?
Kale takes Vu and runs to the other side. Like, over there.
Fine.
Kale says, I'm not leaving Vu out here. Hex, this is your area of expertise. Mavus, you're going to take an attack. As one of these zombies, these like nails begin to lengthen as he goes to slash at you. That is a 15 to hit you, Mavus. Does a 15 hit?
What am I meant to do?
No worries. So your armor class is going to be in the center part of your character sheet.
Okay.
If the number that I rolled meets or beats your armor class, then it's going to hit. So I believe your armor class
mine's
is 13.
13.
Yeah. So a 15 definitely hits. So this zombie claws into you. You're going to take 2 points of slashing damage, minimum. You manage to back up just enough for it to graze your cheek with a couple of its claws. A couple of its nails.
My beautiful face.
Your beautiful face. Belle, this other zombie comes up to you. It opens its mouth unnaturally wide, and you notice it has these fangs, and it goes to bite you.
Ew.
That's a 15 to hit. Does a 15 hit you?
Yeah.
So Belle, it sinks its teeth into your arm. As you raise it up, you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
As it tries to tries to
Also,
rip at
ew.
it like a dog. Hex, you're taking 3 attacks from each of these. Oh no, sorry, 2 attacks. One of the zombies used its turn to summon. So these 2 zombies, one of them is going to attack you with its big, blunt hammer hands. It goes to punch you in the face. That is a 13.
13 does equal hit? I think, hold on, because I have medium armor, but I'm not sure I've added to my dexterity yet, right?
So it should be, well, if you have a shield,
I do have a shield.
then you also get +2 to that, so your armor class should be 15.
So my armor class right now says 13, but I feel like that's low for medium armor and a shield.
So it depends on the armor that you have, but for now I'm just gonna say it's 15, and we'll fix it later.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
No worries.
Miss.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you raise your shield up, and it punches your shield. You hear the sickening crunch as its fist breaks on your shield. However, the other zombie behind you, it leaps at you, and it's going to attempt to claw at you with its claws.
Okay.
That is a 6, however. It breaks off of your armor. You hear this rattling as the chainmail rings in your armor catch some of its nails. They break off. That's them. Mavus, it is your turn. And then Hex, you are up next.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm kind of sad that I'm first because I actually don't know what to do.
No worries. I have the same initiative, so I can go.
Can you go first?
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to. So here's what you see, Mavis. Like as the zombie like jumped on me and like whatever and like claws.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me like flip them off me. You're gonna see my face flash, and you're gonna see something you haven't seen before. You're gonna see a different face flash, and then lift from my face and become like its own person. And so you'll see like an echo of a person who looks kind of like me, but not really. This one has like very, very like shaved side, like almost like a fade, shaved all the way around, and like just a little bit of puff of hair at the top. Is wearing much nicer clothes than I am wearing. And that echo of Echo Fighter is going to be put. Actually, I don't know how you want to do this.
I'll just give you control of this one.
Okay, sweet. So this echo of me will be, if I can click on it.
I will do that now. There you go. You should have.
I don't even know if
now.
I can. Okay, I don't even think I have control over my own token either.
Really?
But yeah, I can't click on it. But okay, so you'll see. You'll see. I'm actually gonna it go like kind of on the other side of you.
Yeah.
And just kind of appear there. I am going to actual Hex. So he does that and he looks at you. He goes, "You'll get used to it, I promise." And then actual Hex is going to attack this one right above me.
Nice. Okay.
I'm going to attack that one with my longsword. Let's see, one-handed. Which...
Oh my god, 20? Yeah, 20 definitely hits.
Awesome.
How do you want to kill this thing?
Oh yeah. Okay. So it'll you'll get used to it, and then I whip around my sword, and I'm just like, shot. I'd cut off its head with my shield, and then my Echo Fighter can't speak. I don't think my Echo Fighter can speak, but I think in a flash also mimics the same motion to this one right in front of Mavus.
Nice.
And so I'm going to use one of my Unleash Incarnation. Whenever you take the attack action, I can make one additional melee attack from the Echo's position. I don't know if I have to roll for that one. Do I have to roll for that one?
I think
as well?
you have to. Yeah. I think you have to make an attack.
Okay, so I use one of my Unleash Incarnation and make another attack. That's a 9. So I don't know if that is.
Yeah. So we see when you kill that zombie, it crumbles to dust, and your Echo does the same motion, but but it's like facing the same direction that you're facing, and so it ends up sweeping kind of diagonally in a direction that the zombie isn't even in,
Gotcha.
and the zombie just kind of like
so,
dodges without dodging. Yeah.
So Mavis, like that, making of the Echo is my bonus action, and then my attacks were my regular action, and so those are like the two parts of your turn: action, bonus action, and then you can also move as a part of your turn. So hopefully that was it. I didn't move at all, but hopefully that was a good first turn to build
basic
off
understanding.
of. Yeah.
So yeah, Mavis, if you'd like, what you can do on your turn is you can cast a spell, you can attack with a weapon, you can use your bardic inspiration to help somebody they can add to their roll. You can do that in addition to doing something else.
Got it. Can I stabby with my dagger?
100%. Yeah.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm angry about my face. So
Yeah,
I want to
totally.
stabby.
So yeah, you'll get the guy that got you. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So you're gonna click on dagger, and that should just take care of everything.
Wonderful.
Oh my god, 21 points.
Nice.
Wow.
Or-
I was
attack.
upset. I was very upset about that. So I'm gonna take my dagger, and I keep my dagger because I'm fancy. I actually keep it like kind of hidden in my boot because I'm just like that. And so I like kick it up. I kick it up, and then it's in my hand, and I turn around, and I'm just like, this is for my face, and then I like stab the zombie in their face as well.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Awesome. Yeah, so for 6 points of damage, yeah, you stab it in the face, and you see cracks begin to appear in its skin as it crumbles to dust around your dagger, and it is completely dead. Very nice.
Yay.
Very cool.
Nice.
So that was Mavus, that was Hex. Belle, it's your turn.
Okay. I am afraid. Okay. Can I tell what these are? Like, is it obvious to me? Do I know enough?
These are definitely afflicted that have turned.
Okay. And I know
Gone
about
feral.
that. Like, I'm on board.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, if you want, you can roll me a history to see
just
what you
wanna,
know about
like-
them.
Sure. I'm wondering if I would know what they are.
Oh,
okay.
you definitely know these are undead for sure.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, this is frightening for me, and I'm definitely alarmed. I would like to cast, because I think this is how this works. I'm just figuring it out though. I want to cast protection from evil and good.
Whoa.
Nice.
Oh, I did not mean to click that twice, so sorry. Please forgive me. Which I think is okay. One willing creature, and I'd like to give it to Leah, who's right behind me. But that's my buddy. That's my BFF. I don't want any undead to hurt her. And I think that it grants you. I have to concentrate on it, which I will. But it grants you protection from a bunch of different creatures, including undead. And so, if any of undead try to attack you, they have disadvantage.
Nice.
And also some other stuff, but that's the part that makes
Matters.
That's the part that
Yes.
matters. Yeah.
Nice. So what does it look like when you cast the spell?
Totally. So I think I would like to have some sort of like piece of jewelry that is like a hand-me-down from my family that's like been in my family for generations, right? That like I sort of like, I haven't decided what it is yet, so sorry. But that I like touch and like think of my family members who have like passed it down to me. And I just have like a like smiley little reminisce moment. And I don't know, can I get extra glowy and sparkly for like one quick second?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like I want my hair to be extra glowy in particular. And then yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, Leah, this energy shimmers into existence like a second skin around you. And you feel protected. Very nice.
Awesome.
And Leah, it's your turn.
It is my turn. Can I use my longbow?
Absolutely.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do that on probably the one that's like no one's blocking. You know, probably how do I ping on them? The one that's next to old. Wait, which one? Okay, hold on. The one that's all the way on the right.
I realized I was
That one?
muted. The original hex, the one that's like
Yeah, the original
right
hex.
of
Yeah,
That one?
that one.
Nice.
That one. Yeah.
That
'Cause it's
one.
like right in
Nice.
my view.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, go for it. Oh my god, that's holy shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ass is
Go.
kicked right now.
Jesus. Yeah. You take an arrow out and you just line it up. And how do you wanna kill it?
Literally,
Nice.
I want to just headshot it,
Amazing.
and it just like falls back.
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah, the head tumbles backwards, and as it falls, it just crumbles to dust.
Yeah.
The rest of the body just crumbles into itself into dust. Holy shit. Wow. All right, so now the top of the round, these guys are going to go. So this original one, we'll save him for a second. This one is going to attack Belle, and it reaches out to you. It goes to bite you again. That is an 18 to hit you.
Yeah. That hits.
So you're going to take 4 more points of piercing damage as it sinks its teeth into your other arm. And I need you to roll me a Constitution save.
Okay.
To maintain concentration on your spell.
Come on, Bella.
Yeah, that's just barely a pass. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you force your mind to continue concentrating on the spell. The
That's
shimmering
my
barrier,
bestie.
the shimmering barrier around your skin, Leah, it flickers for a second, but it maintains. This original zombie, so it opens its mouth, it looks at you, Hex, and it begins muttering something, but I'm gonna say, what's a straight line? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It turns and this red lightning cascades out of its mouth, and it's going to hit Hex, Mavus, and Belle.
Is this an attack roll?
It is, no, you need to make a dexterity
Shit.
save.
Okay.
Yeah, so I need all 3 of you to make dexterity saves.
17.
Nice. That's a pass. Belle, you passed.
Cool.
And then, so Mavis, what you're going to do is on the, it's
Am I
above your
clicking
skill.
dexterity?
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
You got
nice,
it.
Nice. All right, so all 3 of you pass. So you're going to take half of this damage, which is really good, because it was, so it's half of 12. So instead, you take 6 points of necrotic damage as you feel this sickening wave of energy come out, and like your skin feels dehydrated, like you're getting the moisture sucked out of you. And it roars at you, and that's its turn. Mavis, it's your turn.
It's Hex, right? Because
Oh, it could be you or me.
I mean whichever.
I mean, you can go so that it's like
Alright.
back in order.
Sure,
Sweet.
sure.
Alright.
I am going to essentially do the same thing that I did last time. So I am going to attack the one that's right next to me, the original one.
Hell yeah.
With my long sword. 10.
10.
hit?
Yes. You swing your sword, and the lightning around it seems to almost buffet your sword away from it as it slightly repels it.
And then I'm also gonna use my second Unleash Incarnation for my Echo to attack the one that it's near. That is
Oh my God.
21.
Yeah. So your echo, it blurs and shifts.
Yeah.
And it moves forward in the blink of an eye to the point where it's almost like a poorly rendered like frame rate, where like it's all of a sudden its sword is impaling the zombie, and it draws it up in a flourish, and the zombie explodes into dust. Very nice.
And that's my turn. Yeah.
All right, Mavis, it's your turn.
Okay. Can I bring out my hammer this time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's so cool.
Okay, so I want to try to attack the original one. Do I have to actually step out and move? Because it's
no.
kind of diagonal, or can I just like swing?
Oh, you can just swing. Yeah.
Okay, and then I just click
Mm-hmm.
my little hammy ham.
Oh, crit fail. So
Oh,
you so you raise your hammer
Mhm.
and you bring it down. The lightning surrounds your hand, and for a second you feel nauseated. And the hammer gets repelled.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else, Mavis, or are you good?
Okay. question. So
Yes.
can I still use like Cure Wounds, for example?
So Cure Wounds is a standard action. Basically, the things that you could do as a bonus action. So, for example, there's a few things you could do. You can use your Bardic Inspiration. You can give it to somebody. If you have the spell Healing Word, which I don't believe you do. So yeah. So the only thing you could do left is to give your Bardic Inspiration to somebody.
And what is that?
So Bardic Inspiration, it's you get one. Awesome. You get a number of it equal to your charisma. So you get 1. You give a D6 to somebody. And then for the next 10 minutes, they get to add that. They get to, if they make a d20 roll, they then get to say, I'm going to use that point of Bardic Inspiration. And they get to roll a d6 and add that to their roll.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And you can give it to anybody.
I can give it to anybody?
Yeah.
Can I give it to Belle?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to Belle.
Nice. And so how do you inspire Belle?
So I'm gonna start giving her affirmations.
Awesome.
And be like,
That works.
Like, Belle, I just want to let you know that you're doing a great job. You are very strong. You are very powerful. You are here for a reason. You are doing amazing. And you can do anything that you set your mind to. Okay, say that to yourself. Just remind yourself that throughout the day. Because you're doing great.
Amazing. Nice. All right, good turn. All right, Belle, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm feeling inspired and also a little rough. So I'm pissed. And I'm gonna turn to violence. Can I move up? I can move like between y'all, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can move through your
sneak
friends.
up over to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I too have a dagger that I keep hidden right next to my lip gloss in
Amazing.
my little bag. And I would like to stab with a dagger, please.
Amazing. Go for it.
Okay. Do I just click it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right, so that's an 8. Would you like to use your Bardic Inspiration die?
I can do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah,
oh my god.
roll me a d6.
I do. Okay.
And we're going to add that. Oh.
God.
Yeah. So you go to stab, and for a moment, it looks like you're about to miss, but we hear, you're doing great, you're here for a reason, and we see Belle slowly turn mid-flight, turn the dagger towards the creature's eye, and then overshoot it as she goes over its head.
I really don't feel so good, guys.
Belle's going through it right now.
No, for real.
That never happens to me.
Oh my god.
So yeah, next up is Leah. It's your turn.
How far can I move? Because I'm kind of far away from everybody right now.
So you can move 6 squares.
Okay.
I think 7 because you're an elf.
Oh, fun. See, I gotta count. Okay, I can go right here.
Nice.
Okay. I'm going to use. Let's go hand axe.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Alright, and you are flanking, so you get advantage. So that's 15 plus 2 is 17. Jesus, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you raise your axe up, and you just start hacking into it. Because your favorite enemy is undead, you know exactly the right weapon to use at the right time. And you see that the creature is reaching out to Belle, but you cut its arm off at the elbow with your axe, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. It roars as red lightning begins to cascade out of its open wound. Very nice. So now it's its turn. So it whips around and it goes, and it looks like it's going to try and attack you, but the glowing energy around you, it shies away and it turns to somebody else.
Oh.
It's going to turn to Hex. So Hex, it reaches out with its stump, and the lightning coalesces into an arm as it goes to try and strike you. That's going to be a 17 to hit you. I believe that does hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So Hex, this ability, it's going to deal 5 points of necrotic damage to you. As it reaches, it grasps your neck, and you can feel the moisture leaving your body. The lightning becomes blood red, and it roars at you. It also seems to heal a little bit from this move. And now it's your turn, Hex.
Okay, so what you see as it touches me, and I feel like dehydrated, I break its. Oh God, I almost broke my. I break my headphones. Okay, we're fine. I break its hold off of me, and then you hear me just like whisper something, and myself, and I use my bonus action essentially to trade places with my Echo, and so the Echo and I
that's cool.
switch places, and then the Echo is going to do the attack, so I don't need to spend my Unleashed Incarnation. Just my attack is coming now from my Echo.
Cool.
My place.
That's awesome.
And that's a 10 to hit.
Yeah. So with a 10, your Echo, it's weird. It seems to interact with the lightning, where its form fuzzes as it comes into contact, and it dissipates into mist, and then reforms, like in post swing.
Yeah.
But you, the creature, the zombie, it looks as though it's grown completely enraged. The lightning is covering its entire body. It seems to almost be like tearing it apart.
Yeah, I see the Echo misses, and you just hear Hex mutter under his breath, "Fuck, I should have just done it myself.
You hear in the background, Kala is like, "You should have done it yourself, lad." Mavus, it's your turn.
Okay. So I think I want to try my dagger again with the stabby.
Nice, go for it.
Okay. Yay!
Oh yeah!
Let's go!
Yeah. So you reach in, you stab it straight in the gut. The creature, as you withdraw your dagger, see lightning and like smoke and soot begin to pour out of it. Really nice. Very nice. Anything else, Mavis? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, awesome. Belle, it's your turn. You're currently flanking it.
That's true. What does that mean?
So it means that you and Leah have advantage because the two of you are flanking it.
Like from behind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could have moved to flank it. I have to remember that.
Sick. I mean, I'm feeling bold and brave. I'll also stabby.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Stabby!
Yeah!
What could go wrong? That.
Yeah. See, oh no, you have advantage. So that's a 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Let's
go to stab
go.
it. Yeah. So you go to stab this creature, and it's got like several holes in it now, and you continue to stab it. More lightning is coming out of it. That's another 5 points of damage. It looks really, really, really bad. The lightning is eating at its skin. You can see its skin is beginning to ripple and break open as lightning is coming out of it.
Sorry,
it roars
that
one more
looks kind of
time.
painful.
Yeah,
But-
and Leah... Sorry, go ahead.
Gross.
Great.
Oh, you're good.
Leah, it's your turn.
What does she want to do here? I'm thinking we're gonna go hand axe again.
Go for
It's
it.
already in my hand, and we're kind of here. Oh,
Yeah, that's exact.
20.
It only had 3
Yeah.
hit points left. How do you want to kill it?
Nice.
ooh! I'm gonna go zombie, very zombie style with this, and I want to just like right on the head with the hand axe.
Nice.
Right on it and just like scream like she goes ah, and then like just smacks it on the head.
Nice.
Amazing. So your double hand axe comes down, its head explodes into this lightning, which begins swirling around it. You see its body get ripped apart by this torrent of lightning around it. You hear, all of you, I guess, since you're surrounding it, you hear voices on the wind, whispers that slowly begin to rise to shouts and screams, incoherent, and the body just implodes. And we are out of combat. Nice job, everybody.
Oh,
Yay!
This place is like Comic-Con, right? Where were the other? Where were the other
Yeah,
people
where'd
that
everybody
wanted to
else
step
be?
up?
Yeah, I was gonna
everyone
say
has
Colin
won.
was just like talking to us on the sidelines. Like, where
Yeah,
was
Colin,
he?
Everyone has run off to the sides. Everyone is terrified.
I don't mean to be a bother, but I'm in a pretty significant amount of pain, and I'm just wondering, this was a really fun bonding experience. Would anyone be able to help me, please? I'm just wondering. It's okay if not.
I unfortunately
do we have a
don't.
healer?
I only have the
Cool.
one move. I don't know, like.
No, that's okay. I will take a really warm bath when I get home, and I really think that is gonna fix me. So
So
that's
maybe
okay. I'm
you
so
do
sorry
have
to bother
healing
you.
magic.
Okay, so can I just use that on her? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. So you just click on Cure Wounds in your character sheet,
Okay,
and then
awesome.
you should be able to heal.
Oh, Belle, I'm so sorry. I probably should have gave that dude my coins
no.
earlier. I feel like this is my fault.
No. I mean, I didn't. I wasn't downed. Like we're all
Yeah,
good.
true. Okay, let me. Oh wait, at what level?
It's going to be level 1.
Level 1. Okay.
Though you have the option of casting it at level 2, which would make it a little stronger, but it would eat up a second level spell slot.
I just only have 2 hit
Yeah,
points
like
right
actual-
now, so I
okay,
feel
so
like
level
maybe
1's
like a
fine.
little something, just in case we
Little
run into something
something.
else scary.
Nice,
Thank
nice,
you.
nice.
That's good.
Thank you
So
so
what does
much.
it
Your
look like-
words earlier meant so much to me.
So what does it look like when you cast this spell, Mavus?
So I'm gonna like blow into my hands.
Nice.
And then there's gonna be like this really red and yellow kind of flickering light that covers my hands, and then I'm gonna say, "Is it okay if I touch your shoulders?"
Absolutely.
Okay. And then I'm gonna like just lightly touch Belle's shoulders, and then it's just gonna
Nice.
like go. The little sparkly speckles are gonna seep down like into Belle.
Nice.
Into my really fucked up arms.
Very
They're both
Aw.
just like completely
Bloodied and like.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. So at that, Hex, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Oh, is that Kale?
Yeah.
Can I do something before
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
As so after the fight ends, I don't know if anybody sees this, but I basically, me and my echo, like walk towards each other, until we're like face to face, and then you see me like put my hand on their shoulder, and then like basically like our foreheads touch, and I basically like there's this just moment of it, like he comes back into me.
That's very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Very
that-
cool.
That's so cool.
And then you kind of see like a little shudder, and then I guess Kale comes up
Nice.
Incredible.
at that point.
Yeah. Kale comes up. He goes, "You all right, lad?"
Thanks to you.
Yeah. Well, I was protecting Boo, but
Does she really need protecting?
It's really admirable of you to watch out for your loved ones.
thank you. I'm glad someone recognizes the value of Kale.
Well, you don't need any more admiring, in my opinion.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So there's a commotion at the door as if people are running out. A man pushes past them all. Mavis, you recognize this guy. This is the guy that hired you to come here. He and Belle, you also recognize this guy.
Do I recognize this guy?
Uh,
And me.
Well, what about me?
Where's my
year-
man?
Well, last year I had 37. I'm sorry.
You do not. You do not.
Okay.
This guy is the High Sheriff.
Oh.
Okay. So Belle, you recognize him as the High Sheriff. Mavus, you recognize him as the guy that hired
me. Right.
He walks up to the soot like explosion that's on the floor, and he says, "All right, now what happened here?"
Wild timing. If you had been here, I don't know, 2 minutes earlier, you actually would have seen. Actually, someone else should describe this because I'm still not 100% sure what I saw.
Well, they were it was technically one. It was one guy at first. He was asking for money, and I didn't give him any coins. And then there was multiple guys. I got hit in the face. And then they all died. I think that kind of summarizes everything that happened. I thought this place was safer than where you picked me up from, by the way. I didn't know that I would be up here fighting. I thought I was just gonna do and that would be it. So I am a little concerned now about the payment for this job because this is very dangerous and I wasn't prepared.
He says, well, yeah, so there was a guy here, and a few more guys showed up.
Before this conversation, do I recognize that this is like a law person?
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
As he comes up to the group, then I put my hood up, and me and Kali try to just walk back to Vu, or just we don't want to talk to this guy. Or,
That's totally fine.
Okay.
So he says, so there was a guy that came up, and then there were some more guys?
Yeah, he was with the church, the one
Church of the Living.
The Church of the Living. It was a dude with the Church of the Living. I was here with. Where did those? It wasn't just us three. There was two other guys.
So there were
here.
Definitely other people here.
I remember they bought me drinks.
Do we see Hex?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm out of. I don't know if we're out of the building yet.
Can I call you out? Can I just?
Yeah, you can do whatever. You can do whatever you want.
So, they're over there. Hex, where are you going? We were just talking about you. Yeah, so they were here too. I don't know why
we stop. Yeah, we stop, and then we just kind of slowly try to keep walking.
Yeah, it was definitely those guys.
We have this don't be suspicious moment. It's like the three of you are just like the sheriff, he calls out, he says, "All right, you three, come on over."
Okay, so yeah, we come over.
You see what happened down here? You saying that the Church of the Living was up here?
How much does Hex know about undead? Like, would he recognize? I have a good feeling that that he's perhaps seen them before, or I don't know if he's ever fought the undead before.
I think he's learned about them. You can roll me an Arcana or a History.
Okay, 1 second. Which one's better? They're about the same. Okay, we'll do History. 15?
Yeah, so historically, you know about the Tarnation, you know about you know about the Afflicted, you know that occasionally an Afflicted will turn.
Okay. So what's the question again? I'm sorry that
he
just
says,
asked what's going on.
He said, so there was a Church of the Living up here.
Well, not to be direct, but I think we all know what's happening here. And one of those who what is it that you call it when you die in this God's forsaken place?
Tarnation.
Right. So, Tarnation happened to be in this establishment and turned and summoned more Tarnations who attacked us and were summarily killed. And then I make eye contact with Leah, and I say, well, this one's a lot more frightening than she would appear. And that's about what happened.
That's about it.
So at that, he looks at Leah and he looks at Belle, and his eyes go wide, and he gives a quick bow, and he says, my apologies, Lady Crunlow and Lady Thalion. I didn't realize that the two of you would be here in the thoroughfare.
That's okay.
Yep. Here we are. I didn't realize that this would... I am confused.
So he looks at the four of you. I guess the six of you. Well, I'm gonna say Kali and Vu take like a couple of steps back. He looks at the four of you, and he says, "Now, this is very strange, because the afflicted, they don't turn, except for at sunrise."
And it's sunsetish right now?
It is like late afternoon.
Late afternoon? Okay.
Yeah.
It's brunch time. Oh my gosh.
Well,
So
I do not have a firm grasp of what is happening here, but I am 100% sure that the creatures we just fought were undead. For certain. And I'm also quite positive that they weren't here when we first arrived. I don't think I recall specifically interacting. I mean, I definitely didn't interact with the church person that y'all interacted with. But definitely there were no undead when we arrived. And then there was one undead, and then there was 4 undead. That I'm sure of. And I have to be honest, I have to be pretty honest. Why are there undead in this city, in this town?
So he
That shouldn't be happening. Does my father know about this?
he says, if you'd all be so kind as to come with me, I think there's something we need to discuss.
Where?
All right, give me a second.
The request was a courtesy.
My question was a courtesy.
well, I think Belle wasn't. I think he was talking to me.
These are my friends.
I need all y'all to come with me. All right.
Oh, where are we going?
where are we going? Yeah, where are we going?
He says we're going to my office.
Is Kali and Vu, are they a part of this? Or are they not?
Kali just like, you kind of turn around and Kali just like.
Okay. Do we have a plate? Can I tell him I'll meet him back at wherever we were staying or something like that, or like?
Yeah, Kali just he just.
Okay. Yeah. I'll meet you back at camp.
So you go, so you go to the High Sheriff's office, and he sits down. He sits down in this big chair, and you notice that there's like, a little holding area for people. There's a few people that are there, a couple of drunk guys that are just like, I just need to sleep this off, and
Been there.
there's
Hey!
So the sheriff, he takes you to his office, where there's like a big couch, a few chairs, and a big desk where he sits at a chair, and he says, All right, look. It's fortuitous that I'd run into the four of y'all, especially in this incident. Things have been getting weird around Affliction. I don't quite know how to explain it. But the Afflicted, they've been starting to turn at odd times, anytime during the day. And what's more, normally they only turn, if one turns, it happens once, and that's it for the day. But recently, more of them have been turning. And then I got this. And he takes a little letter out. And he says, one of them, he flings it out, just started spouting this nonsense right as it started to turn. And he said, the pact breaks and the harvest begins. The pure and the guilty shall be consumed. Law is overtaken by chaos. Lilith rises. And he folds it up, puts it in his pocket, and he says, now, I don't know what's going on around here. And I mean to get to the bottom of it. I have a feeling that this Church of the Living might be behind it. Because there's something about their leader that we ain't never seen him. None of the living ever laid eyes on him. But we got ourselves a Crunlow, a Thalion, this Bard, and you. And he looks at you, Hex. He says, four of you are in a very unique situation here. I need the four of you to help me get to the bottom of this before it's too late. Because the walls of Affliction are coming down, and we need to stop it before it kills everybody. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
You sneak those ending monologues in so well.
Oh my god! I knew it as soon as I heard that music out. I was like, "Oh, that's the end. That's it."
No! Oh my god! I don't realize they're happening until we're halfway through, and then I'm like, "Wait a second."
Yeah, when I was like, "Wait a minute," the wheels started turning.
Oh,
that's
amazing.
So at the end of each session, I like to do a few questions that kind of help with things. So, did we learn new things about the world? We did. Did we gain new things of value? We did. Okay. And then
friends, I guess.
Friends. Yeah, we definitely get friends. And then most importantly, our bond changes. Now, two of you have played with me before, so you know what those are. So I'll explain for the rest of you and for those that are at home. This is kind of how what your character thinks of their party members, anything that might have changed. It could be not just party members, but other people in the world that they have met, people that they know. What are their bonds like? How do they feel? So we'll start with Hex, and then we'll go around. We'll do Belle next, but just so the two of you can get an idea of what that means. Okay. So Hex, any bond changes for you? Definitely bond establishments.
Yeah, definitely establishing a lot of bonds with new folks. I have to say that Hex is he's kind of a stern, aloof kind of person. He likes to keep to himself. He's been kind of with a very small crew for a long time, especially since he's been on, the name of the continent is Zib, right? Zib? What's the name of the Zib? Yeah. So ever since he's been on this continent he's kind of kept to himself. So, but he is intrigued, specifically after seeing Leah come down with the hand axe and do some work and seeing everybody in action. So yeah, definitely some bonds being established, but I think at the moment, if he has the chance to get out and go back to with Kale and Vu and go back to what they were doing, he would. But for the moment, he's interested in kind of seeing where things go. He definitely does not like the law enforcement in this town, so he's very much not a fan of the liaison. I'm trying to think. Also does not have a good feeling about churches in general, and especially the Church of the Living. So he's kind of sad to know that he was proven right that in his dismissal of this kind of acolyte. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Belle, bond changes for you.
Yeah, so Belle and Leah, Belle already knew Leah before today and felt friendship, but I think after today, like, Belle, initially she was sort of like thinking, like seeing a sort of like more, I think Belle has seen Leah maybe as a bit shy and reserved, and has felt like a sort of like social protectiveness over her. Like, you know how you have that one friend where like if you like have to go to a party, you'll invite that one friend with you because you don't have to talk and your friend will do all the talking. Like, I feel like I'm that for Leah. Like, Belle is very like, don't worry, buddy, like I'll do all the talking, we're gonna be good. But then Belle saw Leah be like very impressively violent and like take charge and like really no hesitation a bit today, and is sort of like developing a lot of like, pride of her friend, but also a bit of awe of like, whoa, where has this been hiding? And then I think Belle also is like immediately like totally impressed with, and maybe a little bit like I don't know the right word that I'm looking for, but like totally has space in her heart immediately for Mavus, who is just like so kind and like feels very like sort of like upfront and very honest with who he is. And Belle's like, I love that. This person, I trust them. So immediate trust there. And then there's Hex, and I think Belle feels like she can see right through him, but isn't yet sure of exactly what she's seeing. Like, she feels like he's not who he seems, but is still not quite 100% sure who he is. But she's pretty sure he's a pretty good guy under there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very open to new feelings and new friends.
Of course.
Amazing. All right, so then we'll go to Mavus. Bond changes for you?
So I think similar to Belle, like how she's feeling about Mavis is pretty much how he's feeling about her as well. He just like he likes the relationship. Actually, I'll talk about Leah and Belle. He likes that, like, how they interact with each other, and so he's kind of like, he kind of just likes being around them generally because they're pretty opposites, but also makes sense that they're friends. So he's just like, yeah, this is cool. They're like, they're nice people. And then with Hex, it's like he feels like kind of oblivious to the way that Hex is like, I don't know about y'all, and is more like, yeah, he seems like a cool dude. Like, he's really strong. Like, so that's kind of how Mavis is feeling. Is just more of like, all these people are so interesting. When it comes to like the idea of like going on some type of mission. Can I say the thing? Like,
yeah.
Like okay, so like when you said Lilith is like my childhood best friend, is like the person that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
So when you said Lilith, because I don't, she's missing. Like, I don't know where she went. So when you said that, my brain was like, oh, I will do whatever it takes in order to figure out what that means to find Lilith. So in my head, I'm like, I'm doing this, whatever it is, cool, I'm down, like whatever. And then just the fact that there's like other people, I'm just like, that's cool, let's go. like I'm just waiting. So that's pretty much that I think right now is just more of like, I pretty much trust everybody, and I am very like open. Like Mavis is very open and upfront about like the way that he feels, and so he's just like open to new friends as well, pretty much.
Nice. Awesome. All right. And last but not least, Leah, any bond changes?
So I just want to say I'm glad y'all got that vibe off of her, because that's kind of what I wanted to go for. I feel like she's very reserved. Like, people think that she's shy, but in reality, she's just reserved. She doesn't want to give too much away. And that's kind of what I wanted to go for. And I think it was really nice to like open up to Belle a little bit more, like gaining more trust with Belle was really, really nice, especially because we're now around people that she doesn't know, and she's not a fan of that, like at all. But she is starting to get to know people a little bit more. Mavis, she likes Mavis. She's still got her guard up though. She's very much like, I am this, but like in battle is like when all that shit comes out. So that's why you saw that. Yeah. And then Hex, she's very wary of, I'll say, just because of Kali and what he was trying to get out of Belle. So she's kind of like, what's going on here? But still kind of like okay with them. Like, she's not like, I hate these people or whatever. She's like, I'm okay, but like I'm still keeping my guard up, you know? So it's like she's very guarded still, I will say, about versus other people. And even like the police officer that we talked to, or the sheriff or whatever, like she knows that she's okay, but she's still like guarded, I will say. But I'd say she's definitely dropped a lot more of that guard with Belle ever since meeting up with her again, because a lot happened. Like, we were just supposed to go and look at the ley lines, and then all of a sudden zombies were in the
what about our fruit? Wait a
I know
minute.
the fruit.
Yeah,
like,
what about the fruit? And my cube.
She's
What about my
thinking about
cube?
she's thinking about the fruit and like the ley lines and how that has to deal with the undead changing at certain times. Like, I'm thinking about that. So yeah, but yeah, she's still very on her guard, but she's dropping a little bit more, I think, at least towards Belle.
Awesome. All right, well, great job, everyone. It was a great first session. A lot of fun playing with all of you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yay. Thanks for
Great.
watching.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
And cut.
Thank you for enjoying this audio-only presentation of Reincarnation, a D&D campaign from Predicting Chaos. Once again, our cast members are Tyler Lee, Bella, Kate, Sage, and Sebastian. Our recording is done by Sailor Sunday, and our music is provided by Epidemic Sound and Alexander Nakarada. Check out the podcast description for additional links. Feel free to leave a review if you liked the show, and we hope you'll tune in to the next episode.